Hello, so this is an exciting day. We are putting things together, like big things, not small things. So we have here the bodice. It's lined. Woohoo!
Yay!
And the pieces are mostly sewn together. I tacked it in some places so it wouldn't flip up. I haven't tacked it all the way around because we still have to make sure that fits right. The zipper is cut off. The extra zipper is gone. Sorry, I have threads all over the place.
That's part of.
Right now, what I'm doing is taking the skirt and hand basting it onto the bodice. And you might ask yourself, why do you want to go through all that handwork? Trust me, I don't. But if we did this by machine, and undid it and redid it, we're gonna end up wearing out our satin, and we do not want to do that.
No, I don't.
And so that's why I'm hand basting it. So I'm hand basting these two together. So then we will put it on our bride, and we will pin the hem.
Yay!
And sew the hem. So today we want to sew the hem on the pink. We have also taken the crinoline and re-ironed it. It had gotten less fluffy underneath the skirt, the weight of the skirt. So it is now super fluffy. We are going to find some sort of hula hoop or something to put under that so we don't have to keep re-ironing it because that's getting tedious. Rosalie is sewing together layers of netting. So all the side seams and back seams and those seams she's sewing with clear thread. So on her machine is invisible. It's sometimes called invisible thread. It's sometimes called clear thread. When you go to the store, it's usually on a top row, and it'll say something of the sort. And so then after she sews it, you can't see the seams. If you spin around that way to the wall, you will see layers of crinoline sewn together. Here, for example, is a seam, which we can see because of the double layers of stuff there, but you can't see the stitching, which is what we want. When we were sewing with the pink thread and the white thread before, the thread was very obvious. Once this is gathered and fluffed together, you won't even see that extra seam. Or at least we're hoping, otherwise we have to trim it narrower. We'd really rather not do that. So this is one layer, all completely sewn together and ready to gather at the top. We have a choice of sewing and gathering and sewing and gathering, or sewing them all together and then doing all the gathering. Rosalie says let's not have to change thread and feet, because we have a special foot for the gathering. So that's what's going on, and we'll come back with the next. Okay, so I'm just about to the end of the basting. Yay! Okay, a couple things I forgot to mention. The reason it's basted, I can't remember if I mentioned, there will be layers of tulle between the bodice and the skirt, and we don't want to try pin the hem of the dress with all of our layers together because we're going to get lost under the tulle. And so that's why I'm basting it. I'm basting it by hand, I remember talking about, because we don't want to wreck the satin. Because I want to make sure my basting is at 5/8 of an inch, to make life easier for me, I cut a little scrap of fabric at 5/8 inch, and I can just lay that on top and do my basting in a line just below that, so I know I'm at 5/8. That just makes it a little easier. I only have to put my pins this way. The thread I'm using is a very contrasting color. In this case, we're going blue, because I'm going to have to pull these stitches out. I don't want to have to find them. I want to easily be able to pull them out. And this particular thread is super shiny blue, super slippery thread, which means that when I get to the point of pulling it out, I can pull one end and it'll just zing. Every few stitches, or every few inches I should say. So I'm going along just in and out, in and out, in and out. Every couple inches I go back one and then forward, just so that when we're doing our thing it doesn't start pulling off to one side or whatever. It helps keep it from gathering. And now when I go to the end, get to the end, I'm so excited to be at the end because hand basting is not fun. I'm just going back and forth a couple times as if I was hand back tacking. And then the basting is done. And so 2 seconds here.
Wow.
It's all together.
Look at that.
So now we get to put it on the bride. Another thing I forgot to mention, because we're doing the this with the clear thread, we have little bags attached to our chairs for when we snip off bits of clear thread, because when the clear thread falls on the carpet and then we vacuum it, it's gonna wind around the vacuum cleaner and cause a mess. It's like fishing line. And so anytime we're snipping off scraps of the clear thread, we have to put them immediately into a trash bag. How you deal with your trash bag is up to you, but clear thread caution.
Just doing a video, right?
Yay!
So the dress, now this isn't like perfect lovely lines because it's
Right.
hand basted.
Right.
But that's what it will look like.
That's
all
what it'll look
together.
like, and again, so it won't be quite that lumpy. But there we go.
Does the back? Should you see the back? Let's look at the back.
Yes, take a picture of the back.
So much floof.
And a video of the back.
See, it's
And
almost.
video of the back, and I'm gonna take and put this zipper, hide the zipper down further, because I can see it a little bit at the top, and so.
Feel like princess.
Yeah, how do you get all that train in there?
Get all that train in there. Yeah,
And you're not even
my
poofy
shoes,
yet.
Even in my shoes, there's still a ton of
Well,
fabric.
that's why we erred on
So
the side
you're
of
good.
caution. Erred to make sure it's like extra long.
So you're good.
Does it feel like it's sliding down you, or it feels
No,
firm and
feels
not
very-
moving?
Very firm.
Bueno. Yeah.
Okay, we pinned up our extra fabric. Remember, we have a layer of netting underneath to smooth it out over the edges. And we want the extra netting to be about 1 inch off the floor. We have little boxes here to help us measure heights. We have her in her exact shoes. And so we're going to cut this a little taller than that box. So we
Shoes.
have a box and a set of cards that are the same height. So all the tool won't be dragging on the floor as she's walking around. And also won't drive us bonkers when we're trying to pin the hem.
Yep.
Okay, you can stop now. Okay, so we did first pinning of the hem. We're going to be testing it, and so you'll see. I can't remember if we caught this on film. I'll show you how that works when we do the other one. So we have the initial hem. We want to make sure that it's nice and even and smooth. And so we're going to turn it inside out on the ironing board. Sort of lay it out, and you see how it's sort of like bumpy and wonky looking. Where'd the pins go? Pins behind you? Yes.
This thing?
Yep. There you
this-
go. Yep. It's gonna be magnets, so pull hard. Pull really hard. All your strength. There we go.
I don't want to get
Our pin thing is a magnet, which is great. It like sticks. Shing. So anyway, you see how this is all bumpy and uneven, and we want to have it nice and smooth so that when we double check our hem, it's nice and smooth. So, sort of even this out. Move my pins around to the right side. I might put new pins on. And then I'll do this, and then through the magic of television, we'll go advance to the next bit.
Okay.
So we have our fronts repinned there, and then hey Rosalie,
Yes?
I found this. I don't know if it's it.
That's probably the stuff that.
Okay, sorry, we're gonna have
matter.
to start over.
Is it the right one?
It looks like it's the other side.
So
So your call on how you want to do that.
we'll just put it up there.
Okay, sorry, it's just, it was in my way, and I'm like, oh, that looks
Go
like
ahead.
a missing piece. Okay, so starting over. So we've got the front repinned, and I trimmed it so it's a kind of even amount of extra fabric. And now when we had cut the train to a nice shape. We hadn't laid it flat and made sure it was perfectly even. And so now I've got this, because we were still hemming and stuff. And so now I've got this, I've got it all lined from that point and laid out. And here you can see, you know, this is a little longer here, that's a little longer here. So I'm just going to cut and make that a nice even curve. And then we may still be adjusting that curve, but at least we'll know we're adjusting from the same point. And then we'll try the dress on her again.
The wedding dress factory. Whistle while you work.
Please, man, may we have a break now?
No. They already had supper.